Hello. Over the last few weeks I've been thinking, for obvious reasons, about the Constitution of Australia. And one of the things that struck me as I've been reflecting on the Constitution is the humility of those who formulated it over 100 years ago. I see their humility expressed in the fact that they included in the Constitution the means to change it. This means that they knew that they hadn't got it all right and that future generations, using the wisdom of lived experience, would need to change things in order to help Australia function effectively and well, and for Australia to be a place where people can flourish. And so, inspired by their humility, I have been asking myself, how can I exercise some form of humility as I approach the referendum to include a voice for Indigenous people? The invitation to exercise that humility means that I have to constantly ask myself whether I'm right. As you would be aware, the process as we've moved towards the referendum to the voting day has seen an incredible number of claims being made about what the voice will be or won't be, the effect it will have on life in Australia. And so instead of just simply dismissing those claims out of hand, I have found myself saying, well, I need to explore whether this or that claim is correct. And I'm really grateful that news agencies such as the ABC and a number of other organisations have engaged an incredible number of constitutional lawyers and experts to examine the claims. And so there's a lot of really good fact-checking available. And so I found myself, every time I encounter one of those claims about what the voice will do, how it will affect life in Australia, I found myself going to the fact-checking sites and saying, let's test if that claim has any validity. As I've pursued that path, I've come to the mind that the voice is not going to affect my life directly at all. So I am an incredibly fortunate person. I'm housed, I'm employed, I'm part of the mainstream culture, and as far as I can see, after going down that path of fact-checking the numerous claims, I can see that the voice isn't going to affect me at all. And so then I find myself asking, okay, how do I approach this? And it seems to me that what is required of me is to place myself in the position of those who it will affect. And so I have made inquiries of Indigenous elders who belong to the Anglican Church of Australia. I've listened to the voice of NATSIAC, the National Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Commission, who tell me that the majority of Indigenous people who belong to the Anglican Church would like to see the voice, to see if it might be a positive effect on their lives. And so, having placed myself in their shoes and wanting the best outcome for them, I've come to the mind that I'm going to vote yes when I go to the polls on Saturday. The most important thing, I think, for each of us, though, is to ensure that we are settled in the decision we have made, that we have done the work. There is certainly work required of us to fact-check some of the claims, to take the humble path and ask ourselves, could I be wrong? And to test our own beliefs and our own understanding. And then to be really settled in the choice we've made that we are, like those who prepared the Constitution in the first place, seeking to create a country where people will flourish.